Oh, it's you. Forgot you're there. All right, so now we're going to go over the low single from 50-50, which is, as most things, not accurately named, but semi-accurately named. And if you're on the in crowd and know our terminology, you'll feel like you know what you're doing. Anyway, so how does the low single function? Can I borrow for a second? If Adam's up, and for all of you All-American and or higher level wrestlers out there, try not to throw up in your mouth watching me do this. So if Adam's all the way up, basically the idea is I'm catching and cupping the ankle and using pressure from my head to fold his knee out like this. So it's not the only finish that can occur from there, but the basic idea is you're anchoring at the ankle or at the back of the Achilles or the heel. If you want to be, depending on how specific you want to get about it, you're grabbing the back of the foot, making sure it doesn't go anywhere, and then you're putting pressure laterally to make this happen. That's one of the things that you can do, and it's a common. I don't find myself doing it as much these days, simply because most of the people that I train with on a day-to-day are way savvy in this regard, and they don't stand in a physically compromised place in the 50-50 on top. However, it's a great way to victimize people, and just like anything, if you don't know how to stop it, it will end you right quick. So when we start in 50-50 over here, please. This works whether your partner is standing or down, but we'll start for down for a moment if we rotate a little. Okay, if you're seated, if you're up. Okay, fantastic. So see how Adam's knee is bent? I can twist my knee into the side of it and immediately open up access to the heel hook. This is ballsy to do in fighting, for the record. We'll talk about why in a moment. Something to consider, though, is that I am basically implying I'm trying to end your career, if I can. And so you're going to swing with every ounce of power that you have in your right hand, and my hands are like this. Not that big a deal when he's seated. If we come back for a second, I go, gotcha. And as he falls this way, he swings that hand and goes, whack. That can be a significant concern. So we'll get to why this is a little bit of a better move in grappling than not. But if we come back up, this happens when Adam's knee is bent, my legs are triangle, and I'm twisting. Because his ankle is blocked by my gut and my ribs, my knees apply a lateral pressure that sits him down in space, which, as we've discussed, brings his foot off the floor, making it vulnerable to the heel hook and making it vulnerable to any number of different things, and also bringing him to the side for me to start to build my base and start to stand up. But if we come back, the more he pressures in, and you'll get this on people that try to like man strength you and like drop this knee on your gut like that it's going to hurt. Like, yeah, take that. I'm like, all right, cool. And you can just tilt them directly to the side, and this can go slam bang into a really gnarly heel hook finish. So if we rotate these away, so you guys will notice that Adam's foot is pinned next to me. I don't need to sit on it or anything like that. I'm simply going to drag his knee over space, and his foot's not going to be able to compensate. Whereas if I had his foot over here and I dragged his knee over space, he could easily continue repositioning his right leg, and I accomplished nothing other than passing my own guard. The more he presses in, the more his knee's over his own foot, the easier this becomes. Tilt and immediate finish. This happens as well if you're standing. If he comes forward at all, if you pop all the way up, this is something that's very uncommon in jiu-jitsu, but you'll get people like standing over you like they're going to drop a freaking hammer of Thor on you with the right hand. If you start to come forward, all I'm doing is twisting my knees to the outside, which is effectively low singling him, and I have to understand that I'm going to slam bang into the heel hook as hard as I can. So one more time.
From here,
yep. I'll go long. Oftentimes people start to press in. I'll collapse and turn. I go long. Adam's even in good position right now, but because I'm going long, it encourages him to press. When I bring my knees to my own chest, the wall is disappearing, and it's going to reappear at about this level. And you catch. But again, can't overstate this. Fighting a lot more complicated than grappling. I mean, not a lot more complicated, but a lot more serious. If Adam turns me this way, and I stick him with my hand on the outside, that heel hook may not be as available as you'd like. So something you can keep in mind is that if you do decide to use this in fighting, Adam should keep this hand. The heel hook becomes less of an immediate concern, and not getting punched in the head really hard becomes a serious immediate concern. However, he's still able to rock my base. So as he turns me this way, he's going to keep that hand there, check the punch, and finish. And that was actually something similar to what I did in the first fight of the Ultimate Fighter. making sure that I didn't get punched hard enough to make a big difference. So again, my knee's here. You can collapse my hip. My knee's here. It's pretty solid. You want to draw me forward. Twist. Foot comes off the mat. I'm vulnerable.